Hey guys, welcome to the Red Vault again. This is Tolga SERT. I'm not sure how to start to the video. Maybe you heard Turkey hit with an earthquake, a big earthquake with 7.7 and after a few hours 7.6 degree level Richter scale, I don't know. It's a massive disaster. I'm fine and I'm safe since I live far away from the eastern side of the country, but sitting at home isn't helping, so I want to shoot a video. Actually, it was a planned video and I had a script, but I don't want to use it because neither acting like nothing happened nor trying to follow the requirements to create something good is not possible at that moment. A few weeks ago I purchased a Dimebag guitar. Actually, it's not a Dimebag signature, but it's a ML, and of course it's Dimebag. And before shooting the review video, I want to create a Dimebag preset with my Mooer GE300. Today we will try to create the tone of Dimebag with using Mooer GE300 only. The only exception will be the impulse response file. I connect my Mooer with both USB cable and then XLR cable, so I can make the adjustments from the software while I can record the sound continuously. We can plug the guitar. Also, I'm not a Dimebag fan. Of course, I respect him a lot, but I don't have a sentimental connection with him like lots of other guitarists that affected my childhood, my teenager years. Because of that, I just investigated lots of videos, lots of notes, lots of websites to figure it out what he has been used. He has been used, yeah, it has. Also, I have to give the credit to the man Ola Englund. He made a massive contribution to the literature about Dimebag, and I create a cheat sheet about the gears and the configurations, the adjustments, and I'm gonna try to dial those settings into the Mooer GE300, and then I'm gonna make a little bit of fine-tuning to polish it, and then you will hear the sound in a mix with a backing track. I can't cover the whole songs since I don't know lots of Pantera, and obviously I can't play the solos. And let's start the screen record and let's start to dialing in. We have the software of the Mooer GE300. You can either update your device or make the adjustments with that. You can see my signal chain that I copied from most of the Ola's videos. So let's start with the amp and then the cabinet. Then I'm gonna add the effects section. First of all, I'm gonna select an amp from the amp section. For this, I'm gonna use this Randy Devil distortion channel because I think it's the most close one. It's a Randall Satan. I won't play the guitar right now because it will be just messy. Then I'm gonna put, what was it? I think the ball grinding scoop will work just fine. Or it might be Throaty Savage too, but let's hear after making all the adjustments. Let's try. Whoop. And I think I have to lower the volume. We have a drop D tuning in here. Also, there's a clipping in the Focusrite. I think we are good. We have the Randall and we have this cabinet. I don't know the name of it, and I think it fits. So now we have an MXR 6-band EQ, and there's something similar in that device too, which is a 6-band EQ. It's in the EQ section. Yeah, you can see the hertz levels of this simulation, and the MXR 6-band is in an exact match with a difference. The top and bottom points of the MXR is 18 to -18, but we have 16 to -16 in here. I'm gonna try to make something similar to these adjustments. Also, you can move the place of a pedal of a segment in the device like that. So we have an 6-band EQ first. Then we need a PQ4, Furman PQ4, which is a 4-band studio EQ. And I believe we have that also. Yeah, the studio EQ. We have the frequency 1, frequency 2, frequency 3, and frequency 4. We can adjust the Q and gain of the 4th band in here. Then we need a 808. We have an 808 in here, but let me put that guitar aside for a while. We have an 808 in the DS-OD section, which provides us a bass, mid, treble options. But also there's an 808 in here. We have an 808 OD in here too, which is much more like a tube screamer or a Maxon 808 with just drive tone and output knobs. Most of the time I prefer this section. I prefer the 808 in the FXA section, but for this stuff I'm gonna select the studio EQ in here, then I'm gonna select the 808 in here with making all of those as known as flat. Also, we will max out the output and make the gain like 15 or 20. We need a chorus, but I'm not sure about that. I will just use some analog chorus with a low mix level. Then we have a cabinet. We can use the FXB for the chorus. Let's select a chorus, but I'm gonna keep that close. 70s chorus will work, I believe. Also, I'm gonna make that mono since I connect the GE300 with a single cable to a mono input. Also, I'm gonna make the amp like that. I believe it will work because I saw some amp settings, they were like that, and it worked in my previous test too before shooting this video. And also we need a noise gate. Then let's start to dial our EQ. We have a -8. Since we have 16, I'm gonna make that. For this I'm gonna write 3, and it will be also 8 for me. Full on blast for 800 for 1.6 kilohertz. Also we have an 8, and we won't touch to the 3.2 kilohertz. Let's see how's that sound. How was that? I think we are getting somewhere. Let's continue. Then we have the studio EQ. So for that section, trying to adjust the hertz levels from the device is a little bit challenging, because when you try to change that slowly, you can see it's go up one by one. But when you try to achieve 2 kilohertz for this frequency, you have to change that with a brief spin. You see how it goes. So use the software for this kind of stuff. For the studio EQ, for the 4-band EQ, we have 50 hertz at the beginning. Then we need a 1000. Then we need a 2.5 kilohertz. Then we have a 10,000 hertz. For the Qs, let's start with the middle. Then we have, I think it's okay since the maybe like that, because when I watched one of the videos of Ola with Furman PQ, he adjusted this Q level slightly lower than the mid, slightly lower than the noon. So it's okay, I believe, since the max of is 5 and 2 is slightly lower than the middle value. For the gain, we have 6, between 6 and 8. So I'm gonna make that 7. For 2.5 kilohertz, slightly above mid, so 3 will work, I believe. The gain is also similar to the 1000K, and I'm gonna make that 7 too. And also we have a 10,000 hertz with slightly close, also a little cut. So let's hear it again. I already adjust the tube screamer. I'm gonna close the chorus. I have to recommend something. If you have this device or lower versions of this device, you have to go nuts with this tube section. It's amazing. You can easily change the characteristics of the amp, or you see, it creates lots of difference. Let's adjust the noise killer. I think this will work just fine. I think it lacks of this gain because it's not that piercing enough for me. I know it's not the same, maybe it's not even close for some of you guys, but I think it's okay to demonstrate this guitar with a Pantera-like sound, because you know Dimebag sound is really unique and needs lots of unique components. You can't get a similar sound with an equivalent gear sometimes. You have to find those old gears, analog gears, and some of you guys spend lots of money for those stuff. Also, even the guitar hasn't got a proper pickup for a Dimebag sound. I believe it has a Dean DMT on neck and bridge, but still I believe it's better to use that instead of my 5150 preset. I'm gonna name that as Pantera V2 because I already create a Pantera, and let's compare those. The previous one, I believe it's much more piercing and much more Pantera-like. Let's see what's the difference. Yeah, they look same. We have a little bit of difference in here, I believe 3.4. Yeah, the amp settings are really similar too. We have the same impulse response. We have a lower gain with much more treble. The previous shay, it's shay means thing in Turkish. In previous preset. I believe I can close the video. I hope I can demonstrate the options of this device. You can create a similar signal chain to a unique sound, and after a little bit of tweaking, fine-tuning, you can get what you need. Also, after creating that preset, you can match to the exact sound with the tone capture feature of this device. But I'm gonna do that in another video to create a profile of an old tube amp. But if you have the gear and that device, you can capture all of those as a stomp capture or amp capture. So it provides lots of options. If you watch till that, thank you. I'm not in a good mood, but I have to do it to ease off my mind. So I hope I don't bore you. Sorry for my grammatical or other mistakes, but I hope you get it. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. And that's all. Also, your awareness and your donations, much appreciated for Turkey, for those people in the disaster zone. That's all. Till the next video. See ya.